This is why you should not friend strangers on Roblox. Once upon a time, it was me and a group of friends playing Roblox, and we was playing Brooklyn Heaven like we usually do. It was this girl that said that she needed help on Brooklyn Heaven, and we added her to the group. Now, after we added her to the group, she got mad at us because we wasn't talking to her. I had said, Emily, why? I had private chatted Emily, and I said, why was you talking to the girl that you added to the group? And then she said, because you don't get it, we don't know her. And I was like, why did you add her? And she was like, psych, I lied, I know her. And then put the rolling eye emoji. Now, I said in my head, I know she don't know her because the way she put that emoji down. So after that, the girl told Emily has said, hey girl, do you know where is the nearest lake at in Brooklyn Heaven? And she was like, no. Then Emily has said, do you know where's the campsite in Brooklyn Heaven? She was like, no. She said, do you know how to get houses on Brooklyn Heaven? She was like, yes. I was like, how she know how to get houses, but she don't know how to find things? Then Emily asked her two simple questions. Emily said, do you know how to get dressed on Roblox? She did not reply to that. And then she said, okay. Emily has said, okay. Then Emily has said, do you know how to get the cars? She did not reply. Now we was thinking that she might be AFK, or her phone might be dead and our stuff was glitching and stuff then. But when she replied, she said, yes, yes. And we was like, why are you saying yes, yes for it? And we figured out that Emily had deleted the text messages of what she said about the Brooklyn Heaven. Now, this girl is weird because she does not know where none of us live at. And it was weird of her for saying yes, yes. I was like, Emily, say the questions again so she could realize what you said. She said, Emily had went with again. Do you know how to get dressed? She went froze again. And then Emily said, okay. And then she said, do you know how to get cars and drive them? And then she got froze again. Emily deleted the text messages. We said, Emily, stop deleting the text messages so we can see what she said yes, yes to. And Emily said, okay, but she's acting strange every time when I ask those questions. Now, it was the next day. She said, yes, yes. And we was like, stop saying yes, yes. So we told Emily to ask her the questions again. Emily has said, do you know how to get dressed? She went froze. And we said, do you know how to get cars and drive? And she had froze. And then we was like, okay. After that, it was the next day. We told Emily, do not delete the text messages. She didn't. She said, yes, yes. And I was like, what did you say yes, yes to? And she was like, didn't y'all ask me? Did I know how to get cars and clothes? And then we was like, oh, that's what you was saying too. And we was like, never mind. We already figured it out. Now, after that, that's why we should have never friended her, because she was acting so strange. She had claimed that this boy that Emily had met on Roblox was her boyfriend. Was her brother, I meant. And that was Emily's friend that she just met. And that boy was a boy. His name was Jake. Jake was looking at me on Roblox up and down, and Emily and the girl that she friend didn't like it. And I was like, what's wrong with y'all? They was like, why is he looking at you and not looking at us? And he's like, I was like, I don't know why he's looking at me. I'm not the one who take control of him. And they was like, you better take control of him. Mrs. You trying to steal everybody's boyfriend. He was like, well, I'm not your boyfriend, Emily. I just met you. And he said to this girl, he said, Crystal, and I'm not your boyfriend because you the one who unfriended me. And she was like, then how did you join my game if I unfriend you? And he was like, because I joined Emily. And we was like, huh? You and Emily don't even know each other and y'all just met. And he was like, we did not just meet. And Crystal has said, but you're my brother. And we've looked at Crystal on Roblox and said, that's your brother? And she was like, yes. And he was like, no, I don't even know you. And she got mad soon he said that. After he said, I don't even know you to Crystal, Crystal said, yes you do, because we always play games together. And my mom and you're in my house right now. So I couldn't even find the picture thing, but I do not know how Crystal got that thing up on her. So she took a picture of Jake, and took a picture of her playing Roblox together, and she had pictures of us playing Roblox. We was like, how the heck did you get pictures of us playing Roblox? And how did you even get the pictures? Because on Roblox, everybody know you can get pictures. She was like, I know things. And we was like, we know things too, and you just don't know how to get a car and stuff. So she was like, don't try me, because basically I'm the one who brought you in this world. It was like, you're not even the creator of Roblox, and plus, you're not even Jesus or God or Mary. And then she had brung it up and started yelling at Emily and said, get your friend, she's being mean to me. And I was like, but you started it first. Emily turned her back on me and said that, stop being mean to Crystal. She was just trying to be nice, and you're just being a total jerk about it. Are you just jealous? Can't have Jake. Jake has stood up for me and said that you can't be doing that. Crystal is just trying to break y'all relationship up like she broke me and my girlfriends up. And then we looked at Crystal, and Crystal said, he's lying. If you would have never portrayed me for your dumb girlfriend, I would have never broke you up. And then Emily took up for Crystal again and said, true, you never portrayed a friend just because you got a girlfriend or something. And I went with it, and Emily had said, don't go with me because we're not friends. So she left the game and joined Crystal. She blocked me out of the Roblox group, and I said, my mom said, none of y'all people is my friends anyway, so stop claiming it. After I said that, she got mad at me, and I got mad at her and said that, and I told you what I said, and I mean it for life, because you're not my friend, and you never were my friend, Mrs. I want to say that, oh, he's my boyfriend, y'all literally arguing about a stupid boy that's not even that's mad ugly, but he wasn't ugly, though. And they was like, he's not ugly, so you could be quiet. And I was like, this is one reason why nobody likes y'all, because you're stupid. Now, Jake, I didn't even know that he was a stranger. I thought Jake was 6, because the way he talked. And then I had this weird feeling that he's not 6, he's 42. He's an old man. He's like 60 or something on Roblox. And I was like, hey, Jake, how old is you in real life? He was like, 6. And I was like, I don't feel like you're 6. I feel like you're something. And he said, he yelled at me and said, I'm 6, you dummy. And I said, okay, you're 6. He said, I'm sorry. That was my brother. I was like, of course it was. It was your brother. Then me and Jake start dating. And Emily and them blocked me. Now, they unblocked me because I went out with Jake. Now, they unblocked me because their parents told them to say sorry to me because I still there. I gave them Robux after their parents would have never gave them none. After that, it was time for us to go to school in Brooklyn Heaven. When we went to school, Jake started joining. haven't been joining my games lately, and me and Jake made this official that if we go out, you always join my games, and I always join his. And I figured out he was on Brooklyn Heaven, so I joined Brooklyn Heaven. He couldn't see the thing because I put my stuff off. Don't see no join in the chat, and I saw him with Emily and Crystal. Crystal had told Jay, "Don't you go out with Cookie," and he was like, "No, I go out with Emily now, but I'm just cheating on Cookie." Now, it made me so angry because he knew and she knew that we went out. Emily said, "Yeah, and how she's going to figure out." So I knocked on the door. I disguised myself as someone else. I disguised myself and I asked, "Can I be their kid?" And they said, "Yes, you could be our kid because we're good parents and we love kids and we would never abandon you or nothing." Then I had to find an opportunity to show them that they think I'm slow. When I got a chance to go to the bathroom and get privacy, when they left, they said they was going to the movie. So when they left, I went in their room, I robbed their safe. And they came back and I was in a garage playing, and they was like, "Did you rob our safe?" And I was like, "No. It was this big lady named Cookie that robbed our safe." And they was like, "Oh, she's on. We have to disguise ourselves and say it." And Jake said, "No, let's finish the game. I know that little girl was lying." And she was like, "My cousin just followed me." And she was like, "You, and then and Emily was like, "Well, we don't know if this little girl is Cookie." And Jake scared and said, "Are you crazy? You must be on cocaine." And she got mad and said that, "You would never say I was on cocaine. I will beat you, and I'm not playing." And I was like, "Don't beat dad's butt." And she was like, "Be quiet." I was crying, and I had got mad because she had told me to shut up. So I had gotten sick of it. I went up. I said, "It's time for me to go get dressy for school." I got undressed. I picked my name as Cookie, and I had this undisguised myself. And it was like, "Cookie, how the heck you get in our house and we're our daughter?" And I was like, "I was your daughter. Now you just going out with my boyfriend and you don't frame me so you can get closer to him." And then Jake said, "It's not what you think. She pulled on to me and everything. I didn't do nothing." And she had said that, "Stop lying. You said that I could be your side chick, and plus Cookie wasn't your girlfriend, and you said you was cheating on her. So basically, I went out with you." And I ran off the game. I blocked Emily because I didn't block Jake. I wanted to hear what he had to say about this nonsense. And he had private chatted me and said, "It wasn't me, it was her the whole time." And I said, "I had turned off my friend thing so you couldn't see what I was on, and you couldn't see our joint, and I saw everything." So basically, you both are lying to me in my face because I saw all the chats. And I was disguised myself as your kid, and you do me like this, and I'm the one who fed you like a baby and took care of you. Mister, I still live with my parents. Got mad at me and said that you was the worst girlfriend ever. I wish you never was even alive. I wish you wasn't ever my girlfriend. I was like, I wish you never even exist. So when I said that, he left the game. He didn't block me. So after he left the game and got mad at me, he had called me and said, because he figured out my email, so he had figured out my phone number that I put in there. He was like, "You won't get away from me like this." And I said, "Yes, I will," and I blocked him. He got, he had found, he had got his mom's phone um, had called me on there and said that, "Hey, this is Jake. You cannot get away from me like this, because I will stalk you down and I won't care." And I was like, "Leave me alone. Leave me alone. You go out with Emily. Leave me alone." And then my mom, when I got off the school that day, my mom had said, "You got a missed call." He said his name was Jake. And I was like, "Mom, don't answer that phone for him." And she was like, "Why?" I said, "Because he's stalking me because I keep getting away from him. He's my Roblox ex." And I told him that leave me alone because he goes out with my friend Emily, and Emily knew that I liked him. And she was like, "That dang on girl Emily is gonna get you beat." And I was like, "Sorry, Mom." And she was like, "It's okay, but how are we supposed to do this?" I said I blocked him on my phone, but he got his mom's phone probably, or somebody's phone in the house. And then he's texting me again when I had my mom's phone. He said that, "I called you, why didn't you answer me, baby girl?" And I was like, "Don't call me baby girl." And he was like, "You can't get away from me, you can't get away from me." So he showed up to my house that day later night. And my mom said, "Somebody's at the door for you." And I thought it was Emily, so I was not happy. And I said, "Who is it?" And she said, "It's Emily. She looks like a man, but yeah, it's Emily." I came to the door. I said, "What?" And he said, "Hey, this is Jake. This is Jake." And I was like, "Jake, how did you get my house phone?" And he was 42. He said, "I told you can't get away from me. You can't get away from me." And I said, "Leave me alone." I slammed the door and I locked it. I went to sleep that night. I woke up in the middle of the night and I saw blood on my hand. And I was like, "Seriously? Why is you doing this to me?" And I prayed to God and said, "Let this end. Let this end." But it sound like God saying that, "Who told you to go out with strangers on Roblox?" That's what it sounded like in my head. Then I got mad because he wasn't going away. So I told my mom I had to take handle of it, and I said that if you won't leave me alone, I will call the cops and claim rape. He said, "You're not that crazy." And I was like, "I'm sure I am crazy. I can show you my crazy side if I have to." I showed him my crazy side, and he said, "Oh, that's not that crazy. I had told a bunch of lies to them and say that she came on to me and I'm only wearing a fake beard and I'm wearing high heels and stuff." And he said, "Okay, but if she claims rape, I think that's a serious case going on with you, buddy." He said, "See, now the police take up for me because guess what? One of my dads works for the police." He literally lied and said one of his dads worked for the police. He said, "So do me anything I want or your mom is going to jail." And I was like, "You haven't seen the crazy side of my mom either." So basically, we both don't care at the point because my mom has a lot of money and we can bail her out easily. So soon he had said, "Ooh, I'm going to show you my crazy side, honey." And I said, "Don't call me that." So after that, I joined Roblox a couple of weeks later. He had said, Emily had unfriended me and said, "Why you keep coming on to my boyfriend? He doesn't like you no more." I said, "He came on to me. He literally showed up to my house. You know that's called predator rape that he's trying to do to you? He's 42. She said, "I don't believe you. I don't believe nothing you say at this point." I was like, you don't have to believe me. Just trust me because I'm your friend at the end of the day, and I've been there for you more than he been there for you. And she was like, Cookie, 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 you haven't been there because you haven't been there lately. And I was like, what did you just say? And she was like, you haven't been there and he been there lately more than you. And I said, if he been there more than me, who was there for you to give you Valentine gifts? And then she put up, why are you bringing up old memories? And I said, who was there that picked you up off the ground because you got heartbroken from your ex and he wouldn't stop harassing you? And she said, you. Already did. She said, you. And I said, who's the one who picked, and I said, who's the one who picked you up when you fell off your bike? And she said, you. So I said, okay then. Don't act like that just because you got a new boyfriend. That doesn't matter. She said, why are you always bringing up old memories? You always bring up old memories, but you hate when I bring up old memories. I was like, because you cannot bring up those old memories. I brought up them because you were so foolish. You're a fool for going out with someone that tried to hurt you. You thought I was going to sit there and let you get hurt? And she said, everybody knew, she said, everybody knows that you was going to sit there and let me get hurt. And then I was like, what type of person is you? You're the person that sat there and let me got hurt. Sat there and laughed. And gave my boyfriend the worst thing ever. He never had in his life. She was like, why are you lying so much? I was like, why are you going out with my ex so much? And he's 42, so if you don't believe me, I hope you will once and for after all. She was like, old memories. I was like, okay, keep trying me. Old memories that. Follow me if you want a part 2 and I don't care how many likes you give me, but I hope I don't get 0 because seriously I'm following everybody back on Roblox. See ya!